All right, let's talk
Yeesh.
Bucks and Eagles here. There's two takeaways for me in this game.
Okay.
One, it's Baker Mayfield being Baker Mayfield. And two, it's the running back split. Field, which one do you want to start with?
Yeah, I think it's Baker Mayfield. I want to give some flowers to now Daniel, who through the first 4 weeks of this season has been QB5 or better 3 times. Now, obviously, there are a couple of games left tonight, so he could be moved down from where he currently stands as quarterback 2 all the way down to quarterback 6. I'm not betting on that.
Is that because you're worried about Will Levis and Tyler Huntley?
Correct. Yeah, exactly. So I think he is going to finish as a top 5 quarterback for the third time in 4 games. Few quarterbacks. I'm not sure any quarterback has had as much upside this season, regardless of how he gets it done, than Baker Mayfield. And this kind of goes back to last year as well. Over his last 17 games, that will be a full NFL regular season now, Baker Mayfield has been a top 8 quarterback 6 times. That's 35% of the time. Perhaps we should be talking about Baker Mayfield a little bit more in a different category than we do all too frequently, which is like, hey, he's not an obvious must start. He's kind of one of those guys, put him into the category of Geno Smith and Kirk Cousins and Jared Goff when they're operating well and Tua when he's healthy, where like he can go off. I think Baker's a tier above those guys. He deserves some flowers. He's playing incredible football, and while he's not much of a running threat, we get that. We've always said, like, you need to be a prolific and efficient passer from the pocket to have fantasy value. And with a few quarterbacks at the top not playing well, and Baker playing in an offense that's just loaded at wide receiver, the possibility of Baker Mayfield being a legitimate weekly starter has absolutely entered the chat more than I think we have given it credit for.
I think it's upon us, given that bye weeks are right here around the corner, too, starting in week 5.
But he might be more than that, though, right?
100%.
He might be more like, even when all 16 games are taking place, you might still find room for Baker in your starting lineup. He's been awesome.
I think he could give us a 2024 version of what Dak gave us in 2023.
Ooh, interesting.
Wow.
Really low.
Mammoth passing.
Right? Just he threw the ball 47 times, 30 completions. And obviously, Liam Cohen's system, I think part of the Baker issue is that we believe that Dave Canales hit some magical formula, right? He's the QB whisperer last year. Well, miracles don't often happen 2 years in a row, except maybe this isn't a miracle. Maybe this is Baker evolving into the person he was destined to become. It just didn't happen on, the fantasy community's timeline.
Speaking of, go ahead.
They won that game by 17 points yesterday. He threw the ball
definitively.
47 times. This isn't Jordan Love down 28-7 or whatever, 28-0 at one point, who threw it 54 times, which we'll discuss. This is Baker in what should be a negative game script, throwing the ball 47 times.
Also loses 2 of his wide receivers, right? Trey Palmer and
Jalen McMillan.
the
Yeah.
rookie.
Yep.
He had hurt himself at practice earlier in the week.
Yep.